Okay, well, good morning. Actually, it's Sunday, Cinco de Mayo, I think. Today's Cinco de Mayo. Got a horizontal forge getting hot here. We can also see Mr. Twister and we can see a bar here. I realized earlier today I've not done a video in a long time. People haven't seen my knives or anything. I'm working kind of on a what do I want to call a special project set of knives that haven't seen the light of day yet, so I'm not doing much visual work. But anyway, I'm about to twist this. This is a 324 layer bar, 1 1/8 inch. It was 1 1/8 inch square. It's about 10 inches long, actually. Yep, 10 inches long, and it's 1 1/8 inch square. And I kind of knock the corners down. I'm going to twist it here on Mr. Twister, and I've done these many times, but it's always kind of fun to do them in a new unit of time and show people what goes on. So anyway, this goes down into a this is an 8 deep impact socket, 8-point impact socket. So when I forge her square, she just sits right in there. And then I've got another one over on the pipe threader, Mr. Twister. So anyway, and when my forge gets up to temp, I'll stick this in there and we'll get this thing twisted. My forge is coming up to heat quite nicely, and I wanted to point out that because of the high layer, sometimes when I've twisted these, it just seems like to go on and on and on. And I'll take a bar like this and twist it 20 times or more. Excuse me, I'm eating trail mix and drinking coffee. But this time, because of the high layer count, and so as to be able to see the differentiation between the layers, I'm not going to do as high of a twist. I might only twist this thing, I think my sweet spot's 12 to 14 twists for a nice pattern display. So that's why it'll be kind of brief, but it'll still be cool. Hang in there. While I have this, what you see right there is a quench tank. I will bring this out of the forge when it's nice and hot, and I will quench. These ends are square, see, and so what I want to do is I'm just going to quench the ends, which are going to be in the sockets and not twist anyway. But what that'll do is kind of cool off the corners of those squares so they don't round over in the socket or something. But at least that's the way I think about it. That's still pretty hot, but it'll cool them off cooler than the rest of the bar. So there's that. I'm back again. I will also point out that I lit the forge and I let it run for a full 30 minutes, a half hour, to get up to, I'm not really at welding heat. I don't see any, well, maybe I am, which is another topic as well. You might weld at 1800 degrees or 2300 degrees, or higher or lower. That's not the point. The point is I let that forge warm up and equalize for a full half hour before I put the steel in. And now I just put the steel in, and it's not a, it's not some massive billet or something. It's 1 1/8 inch square and 10 inches long, but I'm going to let that sit at least for 15 minutes just as it is, and then I'm going to flip it around end for end a couple times to make sure it's really equalized. I don't have flame in my forge. It does not blow directly on my material. It's blowing across the top so that it's a cylindrical chamber, so it's kind of coming in at a tangent and swirls around. I don't understand just blowing the flame directly on the steel. Maybe it doesn't make any difference, but I will turn that block of steel, that billet, 2 or 3 times to get everything equalized before I pull it out, quench the ends, and twist it. So there. Okay, she's ready to twist. Opening that door, I have to reach in there with some tongs and grab that thing. It is so hot that my regular forging gloves just ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna use these things, which are brand new. They're real stiff, so I might look like I'm fumbling around with tongs and stuff, but I'll do the best I can. Anyway, I'm gonna pull it out, lay it on the anvil over there. Maybe I can move things just a little bit. You can kind of see everything happen. Lay it on the anvil, get some different tongs, grab a hold of it, quench the ends, put it in a socket, and then twist it. I'm gonna go for 13 times. So here we go. It's fire in the hole. This thing is hot. So I'm going to grab the billet. I gotta reach in there is why these, okay, now. Be a bitch getting that thing out. I know that. I can see that already. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get that subbitch out of there. That came right out. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. I quenched the sockets. Let's try to get them cooled off. Pretty hot. What we've got. Nice twist. I'll use one of those ends as I know one of them I'm going to specifically cut off, but the other end I'll use for a tang, and this is going to be for a dagger. So now I'm going to forge this thing flat. Movie's over.